Welcome to the Homeschooled Podcast. I'm Agostino Zoida, the host of the Homeschooled Podcast. Thank you for your patience on getting the second episode out this week. It's late in the week. I'm recording it Friday night. You probably won't hear this till Saturday morning, but I appreciate your patience. Listen, you guys, it's hard to get these two podcasts out a week, but I do them, okay? I'm here for you, and I'm glad that I made it. All right, you guys? And listen, it's a long weekend. You probably got relatives coming to town, or maybe you're traveling. So hopefully during your travels, whether you're on a plane or stuck in a car or a bus or a train, or you're just cleaning the house, getting ready for the holidays and relatives coming over, this podcast is here for you. I really appreciate you tuning into the Homeschool Podcast. I know you have a lot of options for podcasts out there, so what the fuck? You're here? I appreciate you guys, and happy holidays. I'm Agostino Zoida, the host of the Homeschool Podcast. My co-host, Kevin Lyons, is not here. He flew out today to go be with his family, so I'm happy he's able to do that. And my guest is on his way in, and we're going to have a great time because I have a great guest. He's done the podcast once before, and then he's also done, when I had a live podcast recording, he did a performance and sat and talked with us for a little bit, the live taping of Homeschooled. And my guest today is Adam Ferrara. It's great to have him back. Great comedian, great actor, great guy, and he's on his way in right now. Before we get started, this episode is brought to you by, drumroll, you know it, Masterclass. What kind of drumroll was that? That's a horrible drum roll. You guys, this episode is brought to you by Masterclass, okay? I'm giving you one last reminder that this is a great gift for the holidays. You're sitting there going like, oh man, I didn't get this person a holiday gift. It's too late to order anything from Amazon. It's not going to come in time. Well, let me tell you guys something. Give the gift of an education, okay? You can give someone a gift of whatever they're interested in. Hey, you want to be a comic? Hey, you want to be an actor? Or you're interested in music? You're interested in writing a screenplay or writing a book? Or maybe you've always had a passion for cooking? Whatever it may be, this is a great gift because now someone can take a class for something in the comfort of their own home, and it's not going to break the bank, okay, you guys? And they can do it on their own schedule, and you don't have to wait for it to arrive in the mail, okay? This is a great gift to give somebody, all right? Just click the link in the description and sign them up, or sign yourself up, okay? Whatever it is that you're interested in. So there's a lot of options for you. You can pay for one class, which would be a great option for somebody for the holidays, or you can pay for the entire year. So in case you have somebody who's interested in multiple subjects, they can have access to the entire website for a whole year, or you can have access to the entire website month to month for like $20 a month. So there's lots of options for yourself or to make a great gift for somebody else, okay? Click the link in the description, and you're helping out the Homeschool Podcast at the same time. It's a no-brainer. Also, this episode, another great holiday gift idea is this episode is brought to you by the DeLorean Motor Company watches, everybody, okay? They make awesome quality, excellent watches, okay? And I've got mine. It's been almost 2 years since I've had it. And it's still ticking, pun intended, all right? It's a beautiful watch. There's several different styles if you're more of like a leather band person or you like the all-metal ones. But, this thing looks like it's a $10,000 watch, and it does not cost that much. But it looks like it does, okay? You're going to get compliments all the time. And if you're somebody or you know somebody who loves the 80s or loves Back to the Future or just loves as a car collector and watch collector, this is one to have. The DeLorean Motor Company that makes the DeLorean badass car, they also make watches, and it's amazing. And I guarantee you that even if you have a watch collector, he's going to be impressed that you have this on, because he doesn't have one, all right? So you need to click the link in the description. You'll get 15% off. It may not come before Christmas, but you know what? It's better late than never, and you give them a little IOU in the stocking stuffer, all right? You show them a little picture of what you order them, and this way they got something to look forward to. It also makes it just in general a great gift. Some people celebrate the holidays late or New Year's exchange, and I think that that's a great option. Check it out. It's beautiful. Also, one last thing, this episode is brought to you by benefitpackages.com. Listen, I know, if you're in California, you've heard the commercials. Listen, it's after December 15th. The deadline's over. I missed it. Wrong. That's just what the commercials were telling you. Open enrollment is open until January 31st. They were just telling you the 15th so that your plan starts in January, but you can still get insurance for next year. Did you know that you're going to get a penalty again just like before. This year, no, but next year in 2020, you got to make sure you got insurance, okay? And it's not too late. If you miss January's open enrollment, it's fine. You can still get one for February, and you won't get a penalty. So see what it's a mouthful just telling you all this right now. You need a professional. You got to hit up people at Benefit Packages, okay? You can go to benefitpackages.com and request someone to call you or email you, or you can go to you can call them at 1-800-356-3615. No wait time, no extensions. You're going to talk to a person, okay? And they're going to put you through to a professional agent who knows what they're talking about to sign you up for health insurance and to see if you qualify for help paying for it or possibly even free health insurance based on your income. You don't know anything about it, leave it to them, okay? 1-800-356-3615 or go to benefitpackages.com and mention that the Homeschooled Podcast sent you to get a free gift, either movie tickets or a Starbucks gift card, and it doesn't cost you anything to use their services. They're compensated from the insurance companies that pay them to enroll you, so you might as well use their services. It doesn't cost you anything. It's only going to help you out, and you're going to help out the Homeschool Podcast at the same time. If you're looking for more ways to help out the Homeschool Podcast, go to homeschooledpod.com right now and buy a shirt. It's the best way to support our podcast. We absolutely love great feedback. We absolutely love when people hit us up on Twitter and Instagram and tag us that they got of them wearing the shirt or the coffee mug or whatever they got. And we have a dope-ass logo, the Homeschool Podcast logo. It's a limited edition. It's a great design that my co-host Kevin Lyons designed. It's called the Ex-President Series. It's badass. And I'm going to take it down when we hit 300 episodes, okay, you guys? So, and of course, I'll put a new one up, as it'll be a completely different themed. But this one's a collector. It's the first T-shirt from Homeschool Podcast. And you know that, we'll know that you've been listening to the podcast for a long time if you're rocking one of these. All right, you guys? So go to homeschooledpod.com. Click on merch. I know it was a lot of sponsors. Thank you for your patience. Hopefully you guys didn't fast forward through it. Like I said, we have a great guest coming, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Agostino Zoida. Adam Ferrara's on his way. This is Homeschooled Podcast.
Please take your seats. School is now in session.
Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that at all. All right, and he's here. Our guest made it.
I made it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming, man. I know
Good to
that
see you again, my
You
friend.
too, dude. You're a good dude, and I love when you're kind of far. I always kind of feel bad to ask you
Why?
because I feel like it's a drive for you.
It's Los Angeles. Everything's a drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything
You know.
is a drive. I mean, that's the other thing because I also still have my apartment in New York, and you can't drive. They're first is congestion tax, which just pisses me off to use the roads that I'm paying taxes for anyway.
Yeah.
And then they cut the lanes down. Because the mayor was just like, I want people to sit outside like it's Paris. Okay, great.
Did
It's
that
not
happen?
Paris. Yeah. You're sitting outside. Oh, we're enjoying a sidewalk cafe next to a UPS truck that's idling by my head as I breathe in the
Yeah.
carbon monoxide. So
And a
it's-
homeless guy who's like,
Yeah. But everything's a drive. It's like I started my podcast and I interviewed who did I have? Oh, Ari Spears. No, I mean Ari Shafir.
Shafir, nice.
Yeah. Ari Shafir was, and he's like, I said, thanks for doing this. He goes, I walked because I walked over.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. He lives in New York now.
Yeah.
So are you there half the time?
It depends on. Well, I got the house here.
Yeah.
And then I got the apartment there. But it depends on where I'm doing. If I'm shooting something in New York, or I'm shooting something here. My wife's happier here because there's
Yeah.
a life here.
Yes.
We got the dog, we got the space.
Mm-hmm.
And then New York, she lived with me in that little box for about. I got a little loft in the village. She lived there for like 4 years while we were
Wow.
shooting Rescue Me. So she's as soon as that show got canceled,
Man.
I went, all right.
That's how you know you got a good chick.
Oh, I got a great.
You make
great
her
girl.
go in the studio for 4 years.
In that little box.
The studio
yeah.
apartment.
Yeah.
And if she lasts that long, all right, I'll take you to the house.
Oh, I got a great wife.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I can tell you guys really love each other.
Well,
I mean,
what comes? We're batting over our heads. I mean, look at us.
Uh-huh.
Look at you.
Yeah.
I've met your girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
she's
batting
great.
over your head.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. But I've never met your wife. I could just tell that you guys have a great relationship. I mean, you guys do the once a week. You do a question, like a Q&A. Mm-hmm. You
Yeah.
do the Q, and your wife helps you with it, right?
She holds the camera and tries to keep me from making a fool of myself.
And then your podcast that you have, I hear her on there with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys
Here's the deal. My podcast is called 30 Minutes You'll Never Get Back.
Yeah.
And it was, and you helped me because I've done yours before, and I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's different than what's out there, and what I wanted to say and what. And I remember when I was a kid, the best night's sleeps I ever got was when I would hear my mom and dad and their friends downstairs laughing.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it was a comforting feeling of people in the house. There was energy in the house. So I wanted to, that's the feeling I was going for. And then I wanted to do it with the people I love. So I do it with my wife, my friend Phil Tagg, and my producer Mark Stern. So we do 10, 15 minutes up front about a topic. Then I do a one-on-one interview. And like any good group of friends, we talk about them when they leave. And we do another 15 minutes about what we just learned or what they just said in the story and how it connects to our lives. And
So is the interview's 30 always?
yeah, the interview's like 30 minutes.
But like the before and the after, the commentary.
Yeah, the whole thing is usually anywhere between 30 and 35 minutes. So
Okay.
I figured out that that's the drive home, that you can knock it out in the car.
Yeah. You think you would ever go up to an hour?
Yeah, I did. We did one episode where I did one, and I have eclectic guests. I had on who did one? Kevin James. I had an FBI profiler that worked on the Bundy case.
Yeah.
I had a couple of true crime people, and I have on a paranormal investigator because my friend Phil, who's on the podcast with me, has a ghost. Sees a ghost in his apartment.
Right.
So I had a paranormal investigator.
That's great.
And we brought him in for the entire episode, and it turned out
love
to be
stuff like that.
50 minutes. So
It's interesting. It's just let's have on interesting people.
Have you seen a ghost?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that? I've never seen one.
I didn't.
I don't think they find me attractive.
Maybe they just don't want to reveal themselves to you.
All right. What happened with you?
I've seen what I've thought were ghosts, and then I've seen real people. And then later on, I realized they weren't there. Mm-hmm. I didn't know they were ghosts at the time. And then I've had a couple of times. I've had paranormal people in here. Nick Guerra? He's a comic.
I know the name. Yeah.
I
don't know him, but I've heard.
Okay, so he's a great comic. Mm-hmm. He and another funny comic, Edie Gibson, they have a podcast which is only about like scary stories.
Right.
And I have them in here once a year around Halloween, and we talk some shit. But we've had some crazy shit, dude. They've had this last time they described something to me. It's a common demon. It's a common known ghost because there's certain ghosts that like it's the same one. There's
the same ghost.
They're like demons.
Who's this pain in the ass?
So they'll describe it to me, and I've seen it before. And we've talked about it before. So there's one called the Hat Man.
Right.
And I've seen, and me and my sisters in the house we grew up, we always believed it was haunted. We've seen shit in there.
Where'd you grow up?
Here in Sherman Oaks.
Okay.
So
the Sherman Oaks Hat Man.
No, I guess he's all over. But apparently the myth of the Hat Man, like what he does, is that his job is to go get like souls that didn't leave. Mm-hmm. Ghosts. So ghosts that stayed too long. So his job is supposed to go, you were supposed to like not be here anymore. You've been dead a long time. He's supposed to go get the ghosts.
He's a ghost trafficker?
Yeah, and he's called the Hat Man.
Hat Man ghost trafficker.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Me and my sisters, I swear to God, when we were little, we all have seen a guy wearing a hat. And a couple of times I've seen him like in the hallway in the middle of the night, like looking at me, and he does like this with his finger, like going like, come here.
Now, is it a guy or is it an apparition?
I see like a silhouette of a man.
Silhouette of a man.
Wearing a hat.
Wearing a hat. You see a face?
I've never seen a face. It's very dark. And it's always like at night. And I used to get creeped out, like he's going like that to me, like he wants me to come over.
Right.
But after they told me what he does, like what he's known for, I'm like, so maybe there was a ghost sitting next to me, and he's telling them to come over. I've seen him like twice, and all of my sisters have seen him.
Okay, I've never seen a ghost. You've had two ghosts sitting next to you.
Maybe.
That the Hat Man wanted.
Maybe. Yeah. How do you know you've never seen one? Maybe you have.
You think that's something you'd remember?
Well, maybe you didn't know they were ghosts.
I'm pretty sure if
maybe you've got ghosts and they just you can't see them.
Look, I'm not very bright, but I'm pretty sure I would remember that.
I don't know. Like they could just be like a spirit that hangs out with you.
Thing, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt anything.
I bet you if you believe in certain things,
but
you
I've
see
never
it more
experienced it
because you want to see it.
Well, yeah, that's the same. If you turn your attention towards something. It's like, let's say you want to buy a new car.
Yeah.
I want the new GT350.
Yeah.
So you're driving around, you're going to start seeing GT350s.
All of a sudden you start seeing them everywhere. Yeah. You're like, I thought no one had this car.
Yeah.
You Catholic?
I am. Yeah, why?
You still practice it? Like, I don't mean go to church.
I'm trying to recover from it.
Yeah. I don't think anyone, I don't go to church or anything, but honestly, same thing, kind of recover from it. But I still consider myself a Catholic. I guess that's what I mean.
Well, here's the thing. And it's actually I don't want to do any bits, but in my act, but I tried to write about basically I was raised Catholic, so I'm a little twitchy.
Yeah.
Because you always feel like you've done something wrong.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I didn't understand
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like he's dead, your fault. Really? This is where we're starting?
Yes.
But it's the human condition. See, I think I would. I don't know if I would adhere to it more if it was explained correctly to me. But it was like the human condition is we're all. Here's the thing: you're all sinners, and you all need to be repent. And I'm like, what the hell did I do?
Right.
Yeah,
I just got here.
It's not that the human condition is such that we will hurt each other unintentionally. We will not realize our own consciousness of whatever it is. But it wasn't explained to me correctly. But I still got a lot of like, yeah, I gotta leave. I gotta leave. I can't help you.
There's a lot of bullshit, I think, that goes on, and I think a lot of stuff we were told is bullshit. But also, it's like I think it's more of like a childhood thing. Like I keep it close to my heart. You know what I mean? Like
whatever brings you comfort.
Yeah.
Do you seek comfort in it? Do you?
Like it just reminds me of like my parents.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: when you saw the Hat Man, did you go, "Oh Jesus"? Get me out of here.
I was probably like 5 or 6 when I saw that.
All right.
Man, and I haven't seen him since.
Okay.
And back then, my parents were very religious. I mean, back then at that age.
See, my parents weren't religious as much as it was cultural. Well, my mother was more religious than my father. My father sat me down and said, look, you've been christened, you've been baptized, you made your confirmation.
Yeah.
All right. All your paperwork's done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to church because if God's everywhere, Sunday, God and I are going to watch football.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
But, he's just in case he wanted to say, look, you got everything you done to get in.
Yeah.
There.
Catholics are like, and that's like, people who are just Christian, you know those people.
Yeah. A favorite of the Lions.
They really make fun of us. Like
do,
Catholics. I always hear like, we pray to saints. And some of it's
a lot
like,
of saints.
Yeah.
My mother, St. Joseph, when you go to sell your house? Do you know that story?
No.
Okay, this is what we found out when the house wasn't selling. My mother, St. Joseph, you go buy a St. Joseph statue. I know, you think of aspirins, but it's not.
No, I didn't even think of that.
There's a St. Joseph, and you bury him in your lawn to bring Catholic, to bring buyers to the house.
So it's like a salesmanship thing?
I don't know. You just take you bury it in the ground. What they don't tell you is you got to bury him upside down.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
Like not face down, but head down.
Head down, yeah. Why, I don't know.
Huh.
But my mother did it. My father's out there with a post hole dig. I go, what the hell are you doing? He's like, I got to bury this little man in this little hole.
Did it work?
I don't know. We sold the house.
But
I forget.
Was it faster?
I have no idea. It made my mother feel better. But I'm like, this is what we're doing?
Yeah.
Really? This is the hocus pocus you got to do?
There's all those saints do something. If you lost something, you got to pray to this saint. Saint Anthony, right?
Yeah.
And then Saint Francis is the animal one, right? Like something with your animals.
Saint Jude's miracles.
Yeah.
St. Christopher used to be, but then he got thrown out. I had a St. Christopher medal in my car when I first got my car. My mother put it in there because he protects the travelers. And then I think they threw him out. And then I think they brought him back.
Is this an Italian thing? My parents used to, when I got a new car, used to throw change in.
Yeah, change. You put change in the passenger seat. Yeah.
My parents always did that.
Yeah.
And every car I crashed.
I don't know. Well, that's not. You can't blame your parents for that.
Yeah.
If it's every car, it's pretty much you.
Well, after that, I was like, don't put no fucking change. When I got the next car, don't put no change in here. And
I've been
that. Fine ever since.
You're blaming it. Okay.
What does that tradition come from? Is that like if you ever get a flat tire, you got change to go to the payphone from
no
back
idea.
then?
I just know I would watch my mother and father do it, and then I started doing it. And like,
yeah.
But you said it's comfort, it's ritual,
it's comfort.
It reminds you of your parents.
Yeah, I still do the cross when I pass the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's only the church I grew up in. Not every church.
Mm-hmm.
It's only that church on the corner.
Okay. Look, whatever brings you. I mean, I believe in karma, but it's got to hurry up. It's like Jesus. Let's pick this up. But I really. Here's the thing: is like I've been meditating for years, and I've been trying to, and I started to try and get something. So you're connected to outcome. So that's why the Buddhist theory is that all pain and suffering is from fear and desire. It's in the future. I want that, or what if that? I'm afraid it doesn't happen, but I want it, so I desire that, or I'm afraid that won't happen, and that fills your anxiety.
Yeah.
So as I was meditating and stuff, I was trying to make something happen. So that's duality in the now, because you want something, so you're not really present. And the more I started meditating, the more I started just feeling more open towards other people, and okay, that's why I'm not doing the right thing to get something now. I'm doing the right thing because the right thing's the right thing to do.
Yes, that's what you should do it.
Yeah. So the present moment, the doing of something is the outcome.
Yes.
And but I had to teach myself that. And when you go back in and look at the religious stuff that was drilled into my head, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that's what it's meant.
I got 2 things to tell you. Hold
Okay.
that thought. Might help if I hit record on the fucking camera.
Okay.
That's what happens when Kevin leaves.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, couple of things. So I went through a similar experience where I worked at a comedy club for many years.
Which one?
The Ha Ha Comedy Club in North Hollywood. I worked there for 5 years and became like a booker, like the booker of the club at one point. Okay, so I used to give all these guys spots, guys that were just begging me for spots, and I Monday, come down. I'm auditioning for Saturday Night Live, whatever the fuck. I'm like, come down and work out, whatever, helping these guys out. I left the club, obviously after some time going. I worked there too long. I want to pursue being a comic.
Sure.
All those guys have rooms now. And no one's showing me any love, what I mean? Like, hey man, do you think I can get 5 minutes? Nah, man, I ain't got nothing for you tonight. Like, and I was bitching to somebody about it, and I was going like, man, I used to help this guy out. I used to throw him on stage all the time, whatever he needed, and he's not giving me. And the dude goes, well, like, you can't help someone because you wanted to get something back.
Yeah.
You gotta, if they give back, great.
Yeah.
But like, don't get mad that they didn't. You didn't do it for that, and that's exactly what you just
You
said.
didn't do it for that at the time, which you did it, but
I didn't. I
there's
never
an
thought I would ask this guy
no,
for
you
something.
didn't. I see, because there's an expectation of it's always I had a lot of friends of mine are drunks and drug addicts, and one of the big things is after all I've done for them, it's a trigger to go out again. That's human nature. I think that's human nature to think that. So
Yeah.
but it doesn't make you a bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And then the other thing I was going to ask is about, you said you meditate.
Yeah.
How do you meditate exactly? Are you just trying to do the right thing is the right thing, or do you?
No, you take
do you
time
sit
to
out, you
shut-
breathe, and think.
You take time to. I have a teacher. His name is Dean Slider. He wrote a book called Natural Meditation. I was doing a bunch of stuff. It's late at night. We're on the road somewhere, and Wayne Dyer would come on in the middle of the night and go, "If you breathe right, you'll get a series." So
Has it worked?
That manifestation meditation.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff. Oh, okay.
I guess I'm breathing wrong.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, maybe it's not. Is it in through the nose and out through the mouth, and that's when you get your series regular?
Yeah.
So I started doing that, but then I read this book about natural meditation, which was written by my friend Dean, who lives in Venice. So I sent him an email, invited him to a show, and his son said, "Is this the Adam Ferrara that's on?" I was on Top Gear at the time. Oh yeah, well, great. So he came and I met him. So in answer to your question, how do I meditate? I would highly recommend this book because it demystifies everything of what you do. There's a breath meditation. We just concentrate on your breath. There's mantras you can use. There's eyes open meditation. And you find the one that works for you. And basically,
What's eyes open meditation?
it's just like you don't close your eyes because you'll fall asleep. You'll just stare at something. Some people use a candle. People use a point on the wall.
Wow.
And all it's designed to do is focus your attention of the mind so you can get past it. The key from what I've learned and what I read about is when you meditate, you just want to observe your thoughts. And so you're not beholden to that pattern of reaction of your thought. It's just a thought. It's just a feeling. It doesn't define you. You don't have to act on it. My problem is I observe my thoughts like this. I see you, you motherfucker. You're the one making me angry. And a lot of our identity or our ego, whatever you want to call it, your false self, the human condition, is we are beholden to our thoughts and the reactions that those thoughts trigger. What meditation does is it gives me a chance to respond, because response comes from choice. So you can choose how you want to be in the face of whatever's happening to you. You're not beholden to, quick reaction. And East Coast is just, where I grew up in my, screaming Italians. Mm-hmm. We're not a quiet people.
Yeah, you're not.
We can't win a friggin' war, but we're not a quiet people.
Yeah, we're not.
So that's so in answer to your question, how right now there's a lot of breath work, because you feel there's a current.
When you say breath, you mean breathing.
Yeah, you monitor your breathing. And it's the quickest way I found to get into a state of separation from your thoughts.
You ever get material from these thoughts? For stand up?
Well, what stand up? What I've discovered is that when I'm one of my favorite things to do is you do a little crowd work. You're in the audience. A topic comes up where you're riffing, just with you in the audience when you're improving. Mm-hmm. That's the closest to the state I can get in meditation, because there's no thought. The minute we think on stage, we're dead.
Okay.
So you're just letting it come through you. So what this meditation state is like, oh, okay, I'm connected to everything. I'm not this body. I'm not this thing. This is just what I'm rolling around in. When you have a great set, right, and you've improv something, and a new line comes out in a joke that you didn't write,
Yeah.
and you've got that full feeling.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, it just boom. You're like, where did that come from? And it registered with the crowd, and everyone is sharing in that moment.
Yeah.
So that didn't really come from you. It kind of came through you.
Yeah.
And when it comes through you, it kind of cleans everything out, and it connects you.
Where
And
do you-
that connective feeling is what I can experience.
Where do you say it's coming from?
Whatever you want to call it. You can call it God. I try not to use the word God because that's how wars start. Universe, source, whatever you want to call it.
God-given talent?
Yeah, I mean, look, we all got our talents. I think we all arrive here with here's a bag of your talents and here's a bag of shit you're gonna have to deal with. Everybody gets a bag of shit.
Yeah.
Here's your bag of shit.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with your shit? You're gonna deal with it? You're not? You're gonna let it stink? You're gonna think
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? So I think in what the meditation does, and after a while, Augie, you can feel like I'm gonna use the word. It's like a current. It's like
Yes.
you can feel that, and it's like, oh, okay, that's. A lot of things just started getting done without me worrying about it. The big thing I had to get to that state and to feel that kind of current, for lack of a better word, is the realization, and my teacher taught me this, worry is not responsibility. That was fucking huge for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because saw my father sweat it out every night. Come home, I got to make it this month. I got to feed the kids.
Yeah.
I
Because
got
responsibilities cause worry.
Yeah, responsibilities
but
cause.
responsibility.
But worry isn't responsibility. So if I wasn't hyper focused on caring for the family, getting the next job, writing a bit, getting the next special out, why am I not? Get the next Tonight Show. Why am I not? There yet? There is no there. I'm worrying about feeding the family, and I used virtue as a mask for just my pattern of anxiety. So
Is it helping with anxiety?
it does, yeah, because you're letting go of whatever fear it is. You're letting go of that thought that causes the fear. And so without the thought, there's thoughts, feelings. A thought is just thoughts you have. The feeling is the physical manifestation of that thought.
Yeah.
And I always worry about shit, so that's the anxiety it causes. I still don't sleep well.
Really?
I get the first 3
Is
hours
that
are great.
anxiety?
Yeah, I wake up and then there's always that that every time that it's Sunday night, my homework isn't done. Bus is coming in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss the plane. That night before we got to get on a plane to go to a gig.
Yes.
So it's every 10 minutes you're looking at the clock.
Right.
My best night's sleep, I get the first 3-4 hours are good, and then we start with staring at the clock up and down.
Really? You just get up a lot?
I don't get up as much as I roll over and look at the clock. Oh fuck, I got 3 more.
That's
hours.
not good sleep.
No, it's not.
It's not good
And I
sleep.
need something to distract me. It's better during football season because I can listen to sports radio.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But will you fall asleep?
Yeah, because it's a voice there. It's a voice kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of the thoughts and the fears kind of latch onto that voice.
Yeah.
It gives the active mind something to focus on as I
sort
can
of
rest.
I've had definitely experienced that, but it's not
Right.
it's not every night.
Your sleeping patterns?
Yeah, like constantly waking up.
Well,
throughout
there
the
was
night.
one night with the Hat Man. I'm sure that. Did go well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
when you got a hat man walking around. My thing is I can't sleep without television.
So you need like a noise. You can't.
I need the noise
Yeah,
on.
noise, white noise. The air conditioner used to be really cool when I was a kid. The air conditioner.
Yeah, I used to. I still have those ones that come out of the wall.
Yeah.
Not
Those are the
not
ones.
central.
No, you need the.
Yeah. My wife can't sleep with it on.
No.
No, she got used to the TV by now. But I don't keep the TV on all night. I found a good compromise. I put the timer. I just need it to fall asleep.
Yeah, I need that starts, and then when I get
Yes.
up and that fear hits me, I need something to distract me. So I'll put the.
Yeah.
I'll listen to the sports radio with the one headphone in.
Yeah. You're half in.
Yeah.
I can't watch anything on the television that I've never seen before. Or that
Yeah,
I
because
find
it's not
remotely
comforting because
interesting.
you need your attention to figure out how this is going to end.
Put on a TV show that I've seen 1,000
times. Yeah, it's background
I
music.
close my
wallpaper.
eyes and I just listen to it and I fall asleep.
Yeah.
I put it real low,
Yeah.
And I have my rotation too.
Yeah.
When I'm done with one series, I start the next. And my rotation is fucking Everybody Loves Raymond, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those voices are comforting.
those, yeah.
Yeah, you get into that world. It's a safety thing. I had that when I was a kid. That's why I wanted to be in TV. I was like, look at this land,
Yeah.
.
Did you sleep with the TV when you were a kid?
I remember the air conditioner and white noise was really good. I didn't have a TV in my room when I was a kid. but I had those noises, and that's why when I made the podcast, I was like, I remember hearing my father laugh, because that was the other thing about my dad is he worked like a dog. So when he was a big man, and he had a laugh that would fill a room.
Yeah.
So when he was laughing and happy, everything was cool in the house.
Is he big, like tall, or big, like wide?
Big, tall, big. My father was a cigarette machine with a head.
Really?
Yeah. He's a big man.
He's a smoker.
Oh yeah, smoke Luckies with no filter.
Yeah.
He was the filter's bad for you.
He didn't die from cancer, did he?
He did, yeah.
Lung cancer.
Yeah. From what I hear, Og, they're not good for you.
Yeah. They're not. But
He
he
had
lived
bladder
a long
cancer.
time.
69.
Wow.
He died. He was a hard 69.
That's actually really young.
Yeah.
Man,
It was it was rough, but but I had a great childhood. I mean, he took care of the family. He set an example. He taught me character. He said, "Listen, you got to stand for something and believe in something.
Yeah.
And if you're going to stand up for something, you might be the only one in that room standing, but at least you know you did.
Mm-hmm.
You might get knocked down for what you stood up for, but at least you stood up for something."
Yeah.
So I always remembered that, and I always remembered a sense of. He gave me a sense of gallantry. He gave me a sense of this is the way a man behaves. This is the way a man treats a woman. I saw the way he treated my mom, and he always elevated my mom and cared for her, and that was pretty much his identity. And I take a lot of pride in making sure my wife is happy.
Yeah.
And cared for, and it's.
Well, you got to when you're batting up, right?
Yeah, we got it. I get up in the morning, I crush the pill in the coffee. I'm like, you love only me today, princess. But no, I think that brings me comfort because that's what I saw my dad do. And I was like, okay, that's what a man was supposed to do. But the other side of the coin was the worry. And getting past that worry, is not responsibility. That was huge because in a way, it was a betrayal of what the man I was trying to be. And when I realized that it's not serving me anymore, I'm not being disloyal to the ideal of my dad. That he didn't know that.
Yeah.
He gave me a life and he gave me opportunities where I had the time and he set the conditions where I could explore and find that out for myself.
Yeah. And there's some things that your dad probably knew that his dad didn't.
Yeah.
But he took the good qualities from his dad as you
Yeah.
did, and then just some of the ones that your dad wasn't really
Yeah. We take on the fears of our parents too. I think. I mean, my dad always, and I think the reason that I get worried about paying the bills and keeping everybody together is my dad didn't have the support of my grandfather. When my father was going to marry my mother,
Yeah.
he told my grandfather, he goes, "Dad, I'm going to marry Louise," and my grandfather said, "Good, let us know when. We'll come."
That was it.
That was it.
Wow.
Yeah, he had nobody helping him. So that fear of I can't stop worrying, I have to take care of everything because I don't have any support. And my father really wasn't emotionally open because he couldn't afford to be. He would say, "I can't open up, tell people my fear. They'll use it against me."
Yeah.
He had that guarded kind of thing. It was a rough life, but as I get older and look back at the man he was, I'm really proud and fortunate that I had that example and I had the dad that I had.
What about your grandparents? Did you have a good relationship with them?
Yeah, they died. I had a great grandmother that we suspect was a cocaine addict.
Really?
Yeah, she came over from Italy, so didn't know much, didn't know a lot of English. My grandfather on my mother's side drove a fruit truck in Queens, and he would go down to the docks and pick up snuff. My grandmother had snuff, and she had to pick it up at the docks because the American snuff wasn't good, and the woman never slept.
Shit.
She had 2 teeth and meth mouth, so
man, that's where you get it from.
Yeah, I'm thinking, wait a minute, she's always up stirring sauce. You know?
That's how these grandmothers
never
are
slept.
up at 4 a.m.
My nonna never slept. So
Yeah.
So I had a great grandmother. I had my mother's mother who was very funny. And then my mother's father died. I was a kid when he passed away, and my grandfather died when I was around 12. And I had my father's grandmother was around for a while. She was tough.
But you said that when your dad was like, "I'm gonna get married," that his parents are like, "Yeah, we'll come."
There wasn't a lot of support.
But were they very involved in the grandchildren with you guys?
Yeah, they were in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So when we left Queens. We moved out to Long Island, and they went down to Florida. So it was a big deal. We went down a couple times. Remember twice. We drive down, in a van like a bunch of highway killers.
How long's that drive?
It's too long.
Yeah.
It's 24 hours, but you can't do it all at once.
It's 24 hours?
Yeah, I mean, to get from Florida, yeah. And I remember the Carolinas went on forever. And my father wouldn't let us buy fireworks, but all the pecan pie you want.
Man.
Yeah.
That trained you for comedy.
Yeah.
Sitting in the
being
car,
locked in that
driving
car
all
for that
these
long.
shitty gigs.
So, yeah, we would see them, and we didn't see them that much because they were in Florida. But when they came back, they would. It was a big thing when Grandma and Grandpa came home.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, but I had a lot of, I had a lot of uncles and aunts, and that's the thing I missed because the family's not as big as it used to be, and I'm here. They're all back in New York.
Yeah.
So I just saw them off for Thanksgiving, but we're getting older, and it's a different experience.
My dad's from New York. My grandparents were from New York, but by the time I came around, my grandparents were out here already in California.
Okay.
So I was very fortunate to have my grandparents very, very close, and I half lived at their house, you know. And, I had the same Italian grandmother. You wake up at 4 a.m, they're like cooking breakfast already. Like,
Yeah, my grandmother started living with us towards the end of her life. She and I would come home when I just started doing comedy. I come middle of the night. I still had a day job, so I would come home. Didn't matter what time I came home. Took all my clothes, threw them on the floor, went into bed. I got up in the morning to go to work. They were cleaned and pressed.
That's so funny.
And I could have worn the same pair of pants every day, and they were cleaned and pressed. Yeah, it was amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is this all in your act?
No.
That part?
No.
You could add that part in.
Yeah.
In Italian audiences.
Yeah.
Because they get it.
Yeah.
And immigrant families, they get the mother that, I could wear the same jeans every day. It would have been
every day,
clean.
take care of it. They're the ones looking out the window. The neighborhood watch. My mother was the original Twitter. She would tell the neighborhood everything. Everything. What do you want to know? My mother would tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I had to go in Long Island where I grew up. I had to go to the next town over to buy condoms and cigarettes when I was a kid because they would have told my parents.
Sure, of course.
I'd take the train.
I could see that, though.
Yeah. I was allowed to buy cigarettes. I was 9 years old. And my father would send me with change and go tell Ken I need a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, he knew your father.
Yeah. So I would go up there and it was 35 cents for a pack of Luckies.
Well, shit, no wonder he smoked every day at those prices.
He had them everywhere, too, my father. He's like a dock fire.
What's a dock fire?
You ever see those fires at the docks, they just smoke forever?
Oh, a dock fire.
Yeah. That would happen every time I was in the fruit truck with my grandfather. We go down there, and it was, Joe, don't come down tomorrow. Why? It's going to be a fire.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They knew it, yeah.
That's so funny.
So my dad's dying, right? He's got cancer, and I was with him the whole ride up. So I'm sitting there, and towards the end it was bad. He was in rough shape, and he got up in the middle of the night, and it was difficult for him. I had to rub his kidneys and stuff. And I bought this chair from this electric chair that went up, and so he didn't have to bend down. So it's 3:00 in the morning. He finally gets in the chair. I give him some medicine, and it's starting to kick in. And I'm looking at him, and he looks at me, and we know the end is near, right? And I'm sleeping on the chair next to him, and he's like, if the stories are true, I get to see my father again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to see my grandfather though. I think he killed a guy.
Oh shit.
And he fell asleep. And that's what he left me with. I think
he passed away right then?
No, he just went to sleep.
Oh.
So here I am, 3:00 in the morning. I think he killed the guy.
Oh my God.
Now I'm stuck with this information. I get up, I go in the kitchen. My mother's up. She's making a cup of tea. I go, Ma, great-grandpa killed the guy? Adam, don't listen to your father. He never killed nobody. He was just a wheelman. What? He goes, yeah, he went down to the docks. Grandpa was working for Joe Bananas. Joe Bananas was a guy named Joe who imported the bananas.
There really was a guy named Joe Bananas?
They called him Joe Bananas. He was an importer. So he goes, Joe Bananas had some work for them. They went, they did a job, something went bad. Your uncle took the weight, did a dime upstate, and that's how we got the bungalow in Port Jeff. My mother goes like this, believe me, if you take somebody out, you get a bigger payday than that piece of shit house in Sound Beach. Go to bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That was my mom.
Yeah.
But that was...
You think he really did kill the guy, though?
I don't think so. I think he was... I think he drove the car, because my wife heard the story.
Yeah.
Still married me, God bless her, and she found it in the New York Times. She found Frank Ferrara in the New York Times, where he said he recanted his testimony.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're all dead
even if
now.
he did, I'm sure the guy deserved it.
Look at good boy, Og.
Yeah,
You
the guy
take
deserved
You
it.
take his side.
There you go. Your great grandfather's in heaven, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man. I think that you brought up your father because you were saying that he was very, very loud. So is that something that was white noise?
No, it wasn't white noises, but when he was laughing, it was that was a nice. There was always people in the house. It was always both my brothers are in a restaurant business, and we do stand up. So our afternoon starts at midnight.
Yeah.
So my house was the house where everybody came in the neighborhood. So
Mm-hmm.
there was always food. There was always people
Yes.
in the house, and it was a comfort to that.
I can relate in many ways. That's what
Yeah.
my grandmother's house was.
Yeah.
And I grew up like that. Like I said, we were always I could sleep in a room full of people drinking
Yeah.
and playing cards and stuff.
Yeah, you would hear the laughter. You would hear the.
Mm-hmm.
It was very comforting. And my father was the first. He did kitchens and bathrooms, so we were the first house in our neighborhood to have radiant heat in the floor.
Oh, cool.
So the floor was heated. So we were like lizards on a hot rock, just laying right on the floor when we were kids. They'd
Yeah.
pass out, and people would talk. And
Are you gonna have kids of your own? You don't yet, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I need my wife for that.
No, I don't mean on your own.
Oh,
I
thank
mean
you.
I meant like I don't know because we're talking about family. Are you
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have kids of your own? I meant to say.
It's just, we don't have kids now, and
You love it.
yeah,
You love your life, right?
I love my wife. I like my life. I get to live as an artist and everything.
Yes.
And, we get to do this stuff, and there's a window of opportunity. At this point, look, Letterman was what 56, and
When he had his first
when he
kid?
had his kid, yeah.
I didn't know that.
He was 56, and he had some money.
Mm-hmm.
From
That's when to do it.
From what I understand, these kids eat every day.
I don't want one, man.
No,
No.
no.
Same thing.
Let's be honest. Do you really think this should continue? This neurosis. My wife mentioned adoption once, and I made believe I was asleep.
Because she kind of wants a kid.
We go back and forth. I mean, here's the thing. It's like a tattoo.
Yeah. Yes.
You know?
But that's the trick. Just keep her going back and forth until
Yeah.
you're both too old.
Yeah. Is that? Yeah.
But I really enjoy my life with my wife, and
Yeah.
I think we've gotten really used to doing whatever the fuck we want when we want to.
That's good.
Not that I do whatever I want, but when we want to go out, we want to go out. And I have friends, and they'll tell you got to have a kid. Everybody's got a kid. They tell you how great it is. But then when you really get them talking, they tell you how terrible it is.
Yeah.
They contradict themselves all the time. Oh, you got to have a kid. And then they're like, well, how do I get a babysitter tonight? And, that it took sorry, we're late because babysitter was late and this kid was throwing up. It's like, that doesn't sound appealing. If anybody's
Look,
throwing
if you're
up,
not
it's going to
have
be
a
me.
kid, you at least need some long-term health care
Yeah.
and someone to take care and to wash you when you're old.
But that's what they say.
What?
That's what they say. Well, who's
Who's
going to
they?
take care of you when you're older if you don't have any kids? Why the fuck would I want my kid to take care of me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be wiping my dad's ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't want somebody to do it to me. Just
Does your dad know?
that I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
We've never had that conversation.
Well, you might want to have it now.
But I'll tell you what, I don't know, maybe you experience this because you don't have any kids
Mhm.
and you got a big family.
Yeah.
Family, especially dads,
Mhm.
they're honest about it.
Yeah.
They're honest about having the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You go through that?
My father being honest about having kids, it's a lot of
No.
work.
Like, does your family pressure you to have a kid? When are you going to have a kid?
No, not
How come
anymore.
Adam didn't have any
Not
kids?
anymore.
Because you guys been married a while.
Yeah, we're married a while, and I've been, and my brother John has kids, so my mother has grandkids, and I got godkids and everything. And I live, like I said, I'm out here, so I see my family. So when I go back, it's not like I'm there every day for the constant barrage of when are you.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Yes.
Then I gotta go back to work.
Man.
I'll go home. My mom's still out in Long Island, so I'll go home, and I make a day, and I rent a car, and I drive out. I take her to lunch, and I make it a point to see my mother. But I call every 3 days. I call my mother. I don't even have to say anything. I just got to say hello, and she'll just go.
I talk to my mom several times a week.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. And
My dad doesn't. Me and my sister were talking about this tonight because my dad called me when I was with my sister tonight, and I just look at her and I go, "He wants something."
Oh yeah.
Like my dad doesn't call me to talk. Like he just
No.
calls me
Well,
because
fathers don't call you to talk.
yeah,
like,
he wants
what
a
are you
favor.
doing?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, moms do that.
Yeah.
And I do that with my mom, and
Yeah.
my dad just wants a favor. When my dad calls me, he wants a favor.
Yeah. He
It's
needs
just like-
something,
yeah.
or he needs to tell you something.
These days,
Yeah.
what it is that he needs,
Mhm.
it used to be, can you do this for me? Can you put up this on the roof? Whatever. These
Right.
days, this is what it is. Can you order this on Amazon for me?
Yeah.
Because he don't know how to do it.
Yeah. My mother, Adam, I want to watch The Outlander. What do I
Yeah.
need for that? I'm on a show now. I'm on Why Women Kill. It's on CBS All Access, which is their streaming service.
You're
What?
on it now.
Yeah, that show's on now.
Okay.
So I told my mother, I call my mother, get the news and who's on it and everything. Is she nice? Yes, okay. So what channel? It's CBS All Access. So it's channel 2. No, Ma, it's not channel. This friggin' streaming stuff? What do I got to stream, for God's sake? Augie, it's easier for me
Yes.
to call Lucy Lou and go, come on, we got to act out the scene for my mother.
That's
We
great.
go to her house. That's easier to do than to have my mother try and get the access. So my wife has to get on the phone with her because I have no
She
patience.
does it?
Yeah, my wife does everything. My
Man.
mother likes Outlander.
My parents still
So I
pay.
had to buy some fire sticks.
my parents still pay a fortune for cable.
Yeah?
A fortune.
Yeah.
And they got old, huge, giant boxes of sitting in their
Yeah.
house. And
I pay for the NFL Network. But I pay to get that. I pay to get the Sunday ticket on my computer because Sunday.
and that's worth it. And that's only
Yeah.
once a year.
that's $300.
Yeah,
But I use it. It was like tomorrow. We got 3 games on a Saturday.
yeah.
And I got
You got New England. I don't know who else. I forget.
I forget, but there's 3 good games tomorrow.
3 good games
and
tomorrow.
it's only on the NFL Network.
Yeah.
So, but that I can't get on the computer. I got to watch that on the TV. And it's all
Right.
kinds of shit.
I don't like watching the football game on the computer. People are like, oh, you could download the app. I'm not watching a football game on my phone. I want it on my television.
You put the cable and you put it on the TV. Like if I'm in a hotel room, I might
Yeah.
do that. But to be honest with you, I'm in a hotel room. If I'm on West Coast time,
yeah.
game start at 10 in the morning. I roll over. I put the computer on. It's laying in the bed next to me. I got the covers underneath like a little tent. I'm happy.
Good for you.
I'm happy.
Good for you.
I don't have to have coffee till the first half.
Yeah. So I just went and bought my parents flat screen TV, right?
Right.
Get them the Fire Stick.
Uh-huh.
Told them, they got them Netflix, got them Hulu,
Right.
Sling, so my dad could still watch the Western Channel.
Right.
Right. I'm like, you guys can cancel your cable. You're gonna save a ton of money.
Can't do
They
it.
still got it.
My mom still got a landline.
Yeah. They recently got rid of that, but they still got it, and I got this like beautiful flat screen TV, brand new, right, for my dad. His favorite feature is the button where you can switch between movie and standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
quality
aspect ratio.
Yeah, he just switches back and forth.
That's what he does.
That's what he loves
He
about the
doesn't
TV.
need to do anything else.
He'll go like, well, I'm watching a movie now, so I'm gonna switch it.
To movies.
He's all excited about it.
God bless him. Makes him happy.
Yeah. So he calls me. This is what it is. He calls me tonight and he goes like, I need you to order this on Amazon for me.
Right.
I go, what is this? He goes, it's a Christmas gift for your mother. I'm like, it's not coming in time.
Yeah.
And I had to explain
missed
to him,
that window,
this isn't
baby.
coming. He's like, what do you mean?
I got the Prime.
He's like, you got the Prime, right? And I'm like, like, it's not coming, bro.
Nah, it's not happening.
The Prime doesn't mean that they got like a jet. But I'm thankful to have both my parents in my life. and
Yeah, enjoy him, man.
They live close, and I get to help them out. I went and put Christmas lights on their roof. I do it for them every year, you know. And I don't even know if they don't even ask. I don't even know if they want it anymore. I'm like, listen, getting Christmas lights on your roof.
Yeah.
And I go up there, and the fucking gutters are flooded with water. So that's just the whole Saturday, you know. And I bitch about it. But
I
it's
go to
like,
my mother's house. I go in a medicine cabinet. I throw out all the expired medication.
oh man,
Yeah, this stuff in there. Come on, this is a box of leeches. Okay, this was used for the plague.
yeah, she's
Throw
got
it out.
Quaaludes in there from the
Yeah.
'70s.
So then I go in and I got to bring a bunch of stuff downstairs because she can't go down the stairs anymore. So sometimes my cousin or my brother go out.
How old is she now?
70. Hold on, I'm doing math in my head.
No, that's all right.
76,
Okay.
Yeah.
She-
75.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And you're there a lot.
Not as much as I'd like to be. My brother takes the heat because he's there and he's got the kids, and he takes a lot of the
When you got kids, you're the one.
yeah.
When you're the one with the kids, you're the one.
Yeah.
You're always over there.
But she can't drive at night anymore, so there's all that stuff.
yeah.
You know.
My see, I got 3 sisters.
Okay.
Grew up in a 2-bedroom apartment. I couldn't. When I start to get a little older, you can't be sleeping in the same room with girls.
No.
I moved to the couch.
Okay.
That was and that's why I can't sleep without television. That's
okay.
probably why.
That's interesting.
So I grew up with the television always on, and so I got 3 sisters, and 2 of them have kids. One of them's got 4. The other one's got 2, and my parents are getting on me about grandkids, and I'm like, you got enough.
Yeah, what do you do? You got a litter.
You got you got
got
enough.
enough.
And to tell you the truth, like I sit with my nieces and nephews, and like I'm exhausted. Like I don't
Yeah.
want any part of this.
Yeah, I'm a great uncle.
I'm a great uncle.
Yeah.
But I get to leave, and I want to leave. And my dad goes, "It's different when it's your own kids. You're gonna love them." Like, of course, it's not a question of I'm gonna love them.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably be a great dad too. It's a question of me not wanting that life. And
You know, Katharine Hepburn said, I never had kids because if that phone rings and I got a part, I'm going to go.
yeah, that's how I feel about it. I
That's good.
don't see myself ever really
Basically,
turning things down.
I see you as Katharine Hepburn.
Thanks. I
That's
feel like
you.
Katharine Hepburn in
That's
this moment. Yeah, man. And then here's the father-in-law, my wife's father.
Right.
Here's the newest one. So he calls. He's in Russia, and he's nagging
Yeah,
me from Russia.
your wife's Russian.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's nagging me from Russia, bro. And he calls, and he
Be
goes,
careful, they got plutonium.
and easy access to plutonium over there.
yeah. You'll start glowing in the dark at night.
So he goes like, listen, and he doesn't even speak my language, but I get the translation. He goes, I'm only telling you this because I love you, and I want you to have a good life. I'm like, all right. And he's like, the only way to have a good life, and he's like, you got to have kids, and you got to eat meat because I don't eat meat. And he's like, and I'm really sad for you
Okay.
because you don't eat meat and you don't have kids.
All right.
And it's just like, it's this
Give him a
pressure.
choice. You got a choice. Bacon or
He's gonna
You
take
got
the
a
kid.
choice.
He's gonna take the kid.
All right.
But then I gotta be like, never bother me again about the meat.
Yeah.
And I eat fish. Like
I eat fish too. I don't eat meat.
You don't eat meat either?
Nah, I eat
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, the wife, apparently, here's what happened to me. The last independent thought I remember having was, she's pretty. That was it. And
That's
I was
great.
a pack a day and a fifth of bourbon. So I was like,
Were you really?
Oh, yeah. So I quit smoking, quit drinking.
You don't drink anymore?
No, I like bourbon. I got a bottle in the garage in my toolbox.
Yeah.
But I don't sleep well. I don't sleep well anyway, but even that, like the monsters come out. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need this.
So it's not like you're practicing sobriety.
No,
it's
I'm not.
more, yeah.
I'm not a friend of Bill. I know who he is. we've passed each other a few times. I know
Yeah.
a lot of friends that know him better than me.
Yes.
But it's just never. I mean, I was hitting it hard when I was on a couple of shows I was on with a bunch of guys that drank, and we drank.
Yeah.
We were good at it.
Yeah.
But it reached a point where the hangover was longer than the party.
Darn. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is just beating me up too much.
When you and your wife go out to dinner, do you guys drink?
No, she doesn't drink that much.
She doesn't drink.
She
Not even a
doesn't.
glass of wine.
She had an eyedropper full of Baileys at the New Year's party a couple of years ago. She's just getting over the hangover now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
sorry. I like drinking. That's why.
Yeah.
But so you also just do fish?
Yeah, fish, eggs, beans, tempeh. Fermented foods are supposed to be good. My wife's really health conscious.
Yeah.
And she really knows her,
Yeah,
her
she is
stuff.
too.
So fermented foods are good probiotic and stuff. So tempeh. Soy's not good for us, but tempeh
Right.
is. So.
Yeah. Same thing. Like I became really more cautious about health and what I eat after I met her. But I kind of initiated the no meat thing on my own, and it's going great. I like it. This is almost 8 months. I haven't had any meat. I just have
wow.
fish. Yeah.
You knew.
Yeah. I'm new.
Last piece of steak I had was on the last year of the Rescue Me comedy tour.
Wow.
Yeah, because we got the last year, we were all cleaned up last year. So the booze was gone, the drugs were gone. We all had the girls we wanted. So we ate.
Yeah.
So after a show, let's say we do a show at a casino, they would bring us through the bowels of the casino, through the back. They bring us through the restaurant, put us in a private room, and just fucking feed us. I was eating a porterhouse steak at midnight. Then we're on a tour bus, farting like circus chimps, just laying there. And
Yeah.
that was the last red meat I had. What had happened was I was shooting Top Gear.
Yeah.
And I was shooting Nurse Jackie at the same time I was doing Top Gear.
Oh wow.
So I stopped the rescue. The rescue tour was over. I stopped the meat, and I was still eating chicken. And I got the scripts for the next season of Jackie, and it said, Frank and Jackie make love. Of course they do. So I got a love scene, and I'm a fat bastard. So I was shooting but it was a couple months away, and I was shooting Top Gear, and I got a 3rd-degree AC separation, so I couldn't work out. I cracked up my shoulder, so I couldn't.
From shooting Top Gear.
Yeah, I was in a car. I rolled the truck in, so I couldn't work out, and I was flipping out because I'm like, I can't work out. I got this love scene in a couple months. My wife said, "You're already not eating red meat. Stop eating meat altogether. Just eat fish. Doctor said you can do cardio. Do that every day, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I stopped eating the meat. I did the cardio. The weight came off, and I felt better. I felt better. My nose is cold. My coat's shiny.
Yeah.
My skin cleared up. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't really need that.
Yeah.
And then I saw the documentary about the chickens, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm eating cruelty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ingesting this. I just saw the treatment of it. I'm like, that can't be good.
Right.
So that's where I'm at now.
Yeah. But what if? I mean, are you like done? Like, what if somebody puts it in front of your face and says, "Eat this"? You eat meat?
When does this happen? Eat the bacon, bitch. I mean,
No, I don't know. Like, are you just like I like refuse to eat it, or if someone
choose
hands
not
it to you?
do it. Like I don't see if it's on a salad or something. I can't. That's meat.
You eat around it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't.
What about Thanksgiving? You eat the turkey?
No.
Yeah, me either. It was my first Thanksgiving. I didn't do it.
No.
What about
How did that go with the house?
It wasn't so bad at my mom's parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Those good white people.
Right. Yeah.
They kind of like ask about it. I'm sure they judge me, but they don't say anything. As opposed to where,
Wow, mine's loud.
yeah,
You can't bring change.
my
into
dad's
my
side of the
house.
family and my friends
Mm-hmm.
and my wife's family, they're pretty like fucking pussy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. California boy, how's your kale?
Yeah.
That's what I get. How's your
Yes.
kale? You eating your kale?
Yeah.
How's it going? It's going good, John.
Every gathering I sit down, this Thanksgiving we went to the wife's house 1st,
Mm-hmm.
my wife's in-laws first, and all the husbands just telling me, that's not good for you.
Yeah.
You gotta
God gave you canine teeth to
Yeah.
tear flesh. We're
my
carnivores.
they go, my friend tried it for 2 weeks, and then he's like knee started hurting him, and I'm like, bro, your friend was falling apart before the. I don't think it was the meat. 2 weeks without meat, and he started falling apart. I think that's him.
2 weeks, you know what happened? Lost his teeth.
But it's been
Teeth
years
fell
with
out
you,
of his head. Yeah.
and you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Did you see the documentary on Netflix, Game Changers?
No.
That's a great one too.
What's it about?
It's pretty new too.
What's it about?
It's about athletes who don't eat meat,
Right.
and then it's just super interesting. Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's several athletes, and they also do experiments. Like they took some athletes, some basketball players, and then they had them. You eat steak, you eat chicken, you have the veggie burrito. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And then overnight, the next day, they'll do the blood test and show everybody's blood test. They just see like all the, like one looks cloudy, like their blood look completely like
Right.
different just from one meal.
Right.
And they did another experiment.
How did the 3-point shots go? Did the vegetarian hit more?
What do you mean 3-point shots?
Well, the basketball
Oh
players.
yeah. Apparently, it made them better athletes.
Who dropped more threes? The burrito?
Watch the documentary.
All
Watch the
right.
documentary, bro.
Okay.
But they did another experiment where they showed that the guy who wasn't eating meat was getting like 10 times more erections in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
and yeah, and
Well,
like lasting longer.
I don't think my wife's going to tolerate that. Honey,
Yeah,
you told me not to eat meat.
but yeah, and then people go, "Oh, you're a vegan." I'm not a vegan. I have milk.
No,
Do you have milk?
Almond milk. I like cheese.
I love cheese. I'm
But
not
I
gonna
like-
stop eating cheese.
No, but here's the thing: you gotta eat raw cheese because the other cheese, processed cheese, anytime you heat something,
Yeah.
you kill all everything in it that's good for you.
Yeah.
So raw cheese, of course, it's more expensive because it's just the way it is, but it doesn't collect in your gut.
Yeah.
Because the processing shit. Louis Pasteur with the processing.
Where do you get raw cheese?
Whole Foods, Trader
Yeah.
Joe's. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start doing that. But
Yeah,
yeah, I do.
raw cheese is really good.
I do eggs still.
I still eat eggs. Yeah. I eat,
And fish.
eat a lot of eggs. Yeah.
So what do they call us? Pescatarians?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. I
Call
think
me whatever you want.
That thing is pescatarians, which is, of course, people that worship Joe Piscopo or Joe Pesci.
Yeah. But I same thing. I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel
I
happier.
feel better than I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to work out more. That's
the other thing
cardio.
too.
Yeah.
I don't like it, and I don't find the time. I can't find
Nah,
the
you
time.
got to make the. I don't like it. I like it when it's done. When the cardio.
I feel great when I'm done.
Yeah, when you're done, you're like, oh, okay, that was good.
I just can't find the time, man. You know what I mean? Full-time job, and then being a comic, and then 2 podcasts a week, and editing it.
Yeah.
Making sure you spend time with the wife like
You
once or
can't
twice
have
a week.
kid.
I can't have a kid.
You
No.
kidding?
No. I don't want one. I don't know. I can't have a kid. But besides it just being healthier, I'm enjoying it besides the health aspect, that's why I started. But I really do love animals, and it feels good to not be kind of contributing
like
to
I
that.
said, when I saw that documentary about the way we treat them, I'm like, fuck, I'm eating cruelty.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
And I'm sure it's changed over time. Like, I bet you the way that they treat animals now is way different than maybe 30, 50 years ago. There's more demand for meat. All the chains that open, all the fast food places that open. So the meat quality is obviously going to get lower the more demand there is for it. That's why people eat bison, is because there's no demand. So they're not putting steroids in them. That's a really meaty animal, you know. But I just feel better. Like, I think that besides the health, the animal is bred for one thing, to sit in this cage in filth, you know what I mean, and waiting to die. Like, that's its whole life. It has to have depression, the animal, you know, and then the last thing that happens in their life is them getting like brutally murdered, you know.
So there's adrenaline spike of fear.
Yeah.
Because animals have they sense stuff. That's why, animals can sense an earthquake before it happens, because they're just attuned to it, especially dogs. Because their balls touch. So they're attuned to the environment. So, and there's the collective consciousness of the herd.
Yeah.
So if everyone's like, "Fuck, what happened to Bill?" They're all sitting there with the spikes in their head. So the last that surge of fear and adrenaline goes into the fucking meat, and we're eating that.
It's depression.
Can't be good.
It's fear.
That's why when I was eating meat, I would only eat meat that was snuck up on.
And they had no idea what was going on. Yeah, they just gave him. He was in a hot tub, and then they came behind him. There's no grass fed.
Yeah.
There's
free range.
Yeah, there was spa.
Yeah, spa meat.
This is spa cow.
Yeah.
It can't be good for you to consume depression and fear.
I get enough of that on my own.
Exactly.
I don't need to eat. I don't need an hamburger. Although I do miss my mother's sauce. Nice bolognese sauce.
Yeah.
The meat sauce with the cheese tortellini. Oh,
I'm sure it was good.
That was great.
People ask me, what do I miss? Do I miss burgers and stuff? Not really.
No.
I don't miss burgers. I don't miss steak. I don't miss turkey or chicken.
I miss tacos.
Well, I have tacos all the time. Shrimp.
Yeah.
Shrimp and fish
I
tacos,
fish
delicious.
but I miss a meat taco.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't miss it. I don't miss bacon. I'll tell you what. I just found something the other night that I went, fuck. I just realized what I missed. I could go for a pastrami sandwich. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
A hot pastrami.
Yeah.
From a Jewish deli or something. Like
I go to Izzy's by my house in Santa Monica. The Izzy's is an old Jewish deli on Wilshire. And I go there for eggs, and Wednesdays is a lovely vegetable soup.
And then you watch everybody eat their pastrami.
I'm like,
man, that's the one thing that gets me.
A Reuben with the sauerkraut.
The sandwiches is what gets me.
Yeah, toasted rye bread. I can't eat bread anymore.
Oh, rye bread. You can't have rye?
I can't eat. I can eat the bread, but I come from fat people.
Yeah, me too.
So I can't.
It's fucking Italians, bro.
Oh God.
And then you got to take away the things that we love: meat and bread and fucking alcohol. It's like you bred us this way.
Yeah, stop it. I need a little sambuca in my coffee when it's all over.
Last thing I was going to tell you before we get out of here, I thought I was going to see that. I went to the LA Auto Show a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh man, Adam should have been. But you were on the road. I remember you telling me you were on the road. That was pretty fun. You ever go to those?
I do. The New York Auto Show, the LA Auto Show, and I'm working with Barrett Jackson, the collector car auctions. So I do their live stream stuff, and
cool.
I will be at Scottsdale in January.
Fun.
There's 4 years. Scottsdale. There's West Palm in like April, and then June or July there's Mohegan Sun Casino, and then Vegas is usually in September. So I get to do a lot of work with those guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
I had a lot of fun, man. I haven't been to one in a few years, and me and my buddy went. It was great.
What car did you like?
To tell you the truth, I was disappointed. I went there to see the Ford Bronco and the new Ford Bronco, and they didn't have one out.
Right.
But I really like Jeeps right now.
Okay.
Like I'm really into Jeeps.
I drove the Willys, the new Willys. It was a regular Jeep with it's got the Willys package on. It's really cool. Yeah.
I did like that. I went over to Audi and there's like nothing there. I was like I wouldn't drive anything
nice.
here.
I like the R8.
Their station wagon's pretty cool. I'll tell you what I saw I never even heard of before. Bollinger.
Yeah.
You've heard of them?
Who makes the Bollinger?
I don't know. That's the name of the car. That's the name of the make.
Okay.
It's Bollinger.
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking.
Is it a concept car or is it
tank?
It's a company.
It looks like a pickup truck. It looks like the Mercedes G-Wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have the SUV of it, and then they had the pickup truck of it. Mm-hmm. But they kind of look like military.
Okay.
But they're just badass. And dude, I got there at 9 o'clock in the morning when they open. Mm-hmm. But I guess at 8 the VIPs can go early, right? So I got there when the VIPs were leaving, and I walk in. The first thing I see is this big Bollinger pickup truck there. I'm like, whoa, this thing's fucking badass, right? And then I see Arnold Schwarzenegger, dude, standing right there looking at it, too. And I thought for a second it was a cardboard cutout.
Right.
Because he's wearing the leather jacket like Terminator and shit. And I'm like, oh, they just put a picture of the Terminator next to sell this car, right? And then it starts
All of a sudden, it
moving.
moves. You're like, oh my God, that's the Hat Man.
And he was trying to buy it. He's like, when does it come out? And he's like, I want to buy today. It was great. It was
Sell it to him. They'll say this one. Arnold.
Yeah, right. It was cool. I am looking for Jeeps though, dude.
I like off-roading. One of my favorite episodes on Top Gear, we went rock crawling on the Rubicon Trail.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
It's fun, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun because you don't need. And my buddy had a Bronco. The other guy, my friend Rut, had a Toyota, a 4Runner with an exoskeleton, and I brought a little Geo because I didn't. It was all weight. You don't need a lot of power. You need a lot of torque to get up over the rocks.
Yeah.
And it didn't weigh anything, so that little Mosquito did great for me.
Do you like Jeeps? Are they good for off-roading?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They're really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get the Rubicon. The Rubicon is a really a good Jeep. You don't want the new.
What do you think of the Gladiator?
The pickup truck.
Yeah.
It's the
They're
old
fun.
it's the old Comanche.
Uh-huh.
It's
Oh,
the
that's
old
right.
Jeep
That's
Comanche.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, it's the old Comanche.
That's right.
I've never driven. I haven't driven one, but they look.
I sat in it over there. It was pretty. I mean,
And?
it's a Wrangler.
Okay.
You're sitting
right.
in a Wrangler.
It's
No
a
difference.
Fiat then. It's a Fiat.
They're tiny, huh? Inside, they're getting more and more narrow. It's like, fuck, you're gonna have a passenger in my lap pretty
Here's
soon.
the other thing: is a lot of cars they're getting small. I got a 1970 Buick Electra.
Wow.
I got a deuce and a quarter. It's 18 feet 5 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, the turning radius on my car is Pittsburgh. It's huge, and there's no catalytic converter on it.
Oh shit.
So there's no inspections, no smog or nothing. And I got dual exhaust. I got 2.5-inch pipes coming out of each manifold.
Because it's old, you're not required to do SPOG or inspections, right?
Doesn't have it. It doesn't have a catalytic converter. You can't. What are you gonna do?
So isn't it loud as shit?
Loud, smelly. It's like my Uncle Louie on wheels. Just
Wow.
Big block in it, big cam rolling around.
That's
in it.
great.
Yeah, it's huge. It's an old pimp wagon. I'll sell that thing in 20 minutes. I will go down to Dodger Stadium. I will get cash for that car. In 20 minutes, that car will be bagged. The suspension will be bagged. It'll be on the ground, and someone will airbrush the Virgin Mary on the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old gangster wagon.
Awesome, man. We just take it around locally.
Yeah. I drive around Santa Monica, and I dropped the suspension. It's black cherry metallic. I smoked out the window.
What's your everyday car?
When I can drive that, I drive that because I take a lot of pleasure in it. But I got an 08 E350.
You know what I liked over there?
Mercedes.
Alpha-
you know what I got? I have a 1990 LS400. The first year Lexus came out with the big sedan. I murdered it all out. I took out the amber lights, all Euro lights.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I put it's got black wheels on it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I drive around like the Yakuza.
What's the Yakuza?
A Japanese gangster.
Oh, okay.
It's a Japanese car.
The Alfa Romeo wasn't impressed.
The Romero? You didn't like it?
Alfa Romeo, yeah.
You didn't like it? Which one? The Juliet?
The car.
There's which make? Which one did you drive? The Juliet?
I think it was the Julian, yeah.
The four-door, right?
Really tiny, really felt like low, the ceiling.
They have I think it's the Stiletto. It sounds like Stiletto. I'm not sure what the SUV make is, but it's the same kind of. It's a pretty-looking car.
The SUV I did too. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was awesome.
I liked Jaguar. I did some stuff with Jaguar and Land Rover, and they gave me the F-Pace, which is their SUV, which was I really like that one.
Yeah.
I also like the F-Type.
Yeah.
Man, that was. I asked for because I had to slide it in these commercials I did for them.
Yeah.
So I wrote a bunch of commercials. They said great. So they gave me a track. They took me up to Monticello, and I asked them for the rear-wheel drive 6-cylinder because it's rear-wheel drive, and I knew I had to slide it around the racetrack. And so rear-wheel drive, I know just enough to get me killed, right? So I could throw a rear-wheel drive car around a little bit. They sent me the 8-cylinder all-wheel drive.
Wow.
And I don't have the stones to load the suspension and throw an all-wheel drive car. I can do it. It's ugly.
Yeah.
And it's not very safe. So I had to muscle through it.
Yeah, we can't have you taking your shoulder out again.
Yeah.
What do you say we get the fuck out of here, bro?
Sounds good, my friend. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have
Want to
you
eat
on.
some fish?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm hungry.
Actually, I am going to go up and do that right now. I haven't eaten yet.
Excellent.
You're going to go home.
No, I got a spot tonight.
where are you
I
going?
want to plug my podcast.
Yes, please.
It's called the Adam Ferrara Podcast, 30 Minutes You'll Never Get Back. I don't know, when is this going to drop?
Tonight.
Tonight. It's up tonight. So Ari Shafir did an episode for me. Is out now. Who else was on there? If you're a sports fan, Tony Kornheiser did one. Kevin James did one. I had a bunch of Greg Fitzsimmons, my pal Greg. And as an FBI profiler on there. Oh, I spoke to a guy at NASA.
Wow.
Who runs the lunar orbiting module. Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
That episode's coming up.
Is it on iTunes? It's everywhere.
It's everywhere we get your podcast.
Yeah.
I got that. I'm talking to Corolla in January.
Perfect.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Nice, man.
All right, my friend.
What about dates?
Oh, you can get anything you want on my tour page at my website. I know I'm going to be at the Atlanta Punchline 27 through 29.
Great.
And I know Copper Blues in Phoenix. I will be at that club end of February.
Nothing. Where you at New Year's Eve? Nothing New Year's Eve?
Oh, I'm in the Funny Bone in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What's the website?
AdamFerrara.com. You can get all the tour dates there. Please check out my podcast. And if you do check out my podcast, go to the Adam Ferrara Gmail and let me know what you think. It's brand new. We're about 20 episodes in, and we're taking suggestions. And so far, it's been really fun.
I listened to it, man. I like it.
Thank you. And I want to thank you for having me on again. It's good to see you.
Of course, yeah. Where are you going tonight? Where's your spot tonight?
I'm going to Flappers in the Valley.
Perfect. Yeah,
I got to write new stuff.
Nice. I love it, dude. You're a fucking hustler, bro.
That's it.
And what's the television show you're on right now?
It's called Why Women Kill. It's on CBS All Access. It stars...
dude, those billboards have been like everywhere when that season came out.
Yeah. Lucy Liu, Jennifer Goodwin, Alicia Coppola plays my wife. She's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's a period piece, and my part of the show takes place in the 60s.
Okay.
So they dress me like my Uncle Louie.
Great. Congratulations, man.
Good
That's
to see you
awesome.
again,
I'm always
brother.
happy for you.
Yeah.
It's great to see you too. We'll see you guys next time. Listen, guys, don't forget to click the link in the description for Masterclass or to get the DeLorean Motor Company watch and or California, get your health insurance in order. Go to benefitpackages.com or call 1-800-356-3615. And that's it, you guys. Holidays is here. Have a great weekend. Sorry, I'm stalling while I'm loading up my music. Have you noticed?
I was going to say, this looks good. You're thinking of something.
All right, you guys, don't forget to go to homeschoolpod.com for the tour dates. I'm going to be in Vancouver from January 2nd through the 5th. January 2nd through the 5th.
Where are you going?
It is a brand new club. We're opening it. I'm
Nice.
the opening weekend.
Great.
It's the House of Comedy, Rick Bronson's.
Oh, Rick's joint.
Yeah,
Okay,
brand new.
Good
Brand
for
new. So it's
you.
in Vancouver. You guys check it out. The dates and the where to get tickets is on the website. I'm out there with Schubert. Me and Schubert.
Tell Jim
Open it up.
he's very happy. He's got his new knees.
Yeah, he's got his new knees. He's walking straight now.
I saw him somewhere. We ran into each other at some.
Oh, he's a great dude.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm taller. I said, yes, you are.
He's a great guy. We should all get together, but then you got to come over from Santa Monica.
I'm here.
All right, you guys. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.